Well, hello there, everybody. This is the Comedy Thief. We steal everything you're going to hear, and you're watching funny old guys. And beside me is my good friend, Dr. Fat Packer. Doc, say hello to everybody.
Well, guten Tag, everybody. So nice to have you here with us today. We're going to have a lot of fun.
We are. And below me is homeless Charlie. You have a lovely mustache on today, Charlie. Say hello to the viewers in Videoland.
Well, thank you for the compliment, and hello to the viewers in what, Viewerland?
Close enough. Close enough. So what we do is we tell jokes and you laugh, okay? We hope. But before we start telling jokes, we have a point of conversation. And Dr. Fatpacker, what is our point of conversation for today?
Jawohl, aye. For our first point of conversation today, I want you to think of the funniest names that you've heard of real people.
And we'll let you start. Go ahead.
Well, I had a friend of mine who was telling me about these two twins, these girls, when one of them was named Levangelo and the other one was named Orangelo. And they were spelled lemon jello and orange jello.
Oh my Lord. That's probably at the top of the list. Almost Charlie, funny names of people that you've researched.
Well, the funniest name that I thought of that I have seen in Advertising Age, a magazine,
Yep.
probably 30 years ago. And all they did was print a list of funny names. And the funniest one that I saw was a guy by the name of Peony Faze.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, I couldn't decide here. I did some research on actual names of babies, and the first one was I got the four of them here. Yo-Yo, a real baby's name. Number two, Tesla.
They must have.
Number three, Empress. These are real babies' names, and of course that old favorite, Engelbert Humperdinck. Dr. Fatpacker, tell us a joke.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was hearing one of the kids in the neighborhood all come around and we talk and that because I'm an old guy and they know that I'm not going to hurt them or anything. One of the kids was telling me that his teacher said the other day, he said, if you had $1, when you asked your father for another $1.50, how much money would you have? Wanting the child to learn how to add.
Sure.
And the child says, $1. And the teacher says, you don't know your basic math. And the little kid said, you don't know my daddy. He's not going to give me another $1.50. You never mind. But thank you for laughing, Charlie. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah.
Almost Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, you know, I have to wash my clothes at a laundromat.
Yep.
And there's a sign at my laundromat and it says, please remove your clothes promptly for the next waiting customer.
Of course. Well,
when the cops got there, I told them that it was all just a silly misunderstanding.
Wow. You guys,
do
you guys remember candy cigarettes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my brother, who is 75, he still is eating candy cigarettes. He's all the way up to 2 packs a day. And now I have to go see my doctor because I'm a victim of secondhand diabetes. That's what I am. Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh my gosh. I went out into the waiting room the other day and these two ladies were talking and one of them was telling her friend, she says, it was I who made my husband a millionaire. And the other woman turned to him, she said, well, what was he before you got married? And she goes, a multimillionaire.
Oh. That one I got. I got that one.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, you know, every girl wants to be swept off her feet.
Yeah.
It's when you put her in the trunk that she starts to freak out.
Oh, very, very unhappy. Very indeed.
Ah,
Well, speaking of trunks, you guys know, of course, that the price of gasoline is going through the roof. But,
yeah.
but the price of bourbon per gallon is way, way higher than gasoline. So the moral of the story is stay home and drink and don't drive your car. And speaking of that, today is National Bourbon Day. Is that right, Doctor?
That is right. And I've been out. Well, I've had since this morning, so I've
Wow.
been celebrating most of the day.
Well, you are sloshing it up there, buddy. Tell us a joke.
So toasting.
There we go. Oh, he's go ahead. It's
Are
your
we
turn.
gonna keep going more now? That's good. I say,
Keep drinking, Doc. Keep drinking.
well, now that I'm drinking, it reminds me of the story about this drunk man who he went upstairs late at night, bursts into his bedroom. He's got a duck under his arm, and he announces to his now awake wife, he goes, "This is the pig I've been screwing." And the wife looks at him, she goes, "You drunk, that's a duck." And he goes, "I'm talking to the duck."
Talking to the duck.
Yeah. Hey, you got something for us, Charlie?
Homeless ducky. Tell us a joke.
Well, I met a new lady.
Oh,
Oh,
I told my new lady friend that once we got past the restraining orders and the court dates and the stalking charges,
ooh.
we can really make this relationship work.
Well, good luck with that, buddy. Well, the
Oh,
other
my
day
goodness.
I took my first airplane flight since the COVID thing got calmed down. But it was one of these low cost carriers, And so we
Yeah.
get into the air and I asked the flight attendant, I said, tell me, how long does it take to get to Los Angeles, which is where I was going? And she said, we have no idea. We've never made it that far. Oh.
That
Dr.
doesn't make you
Fatpacker,
feel
tell
very
us a
safe,
joke.
does it? Yeah.
Tell us a joke.
Well, I finally got out. I went to New York City when I was taking a taxi cab drive into town from the airport. And I wanted to ask the cab driver a question. So I reached over and I tapped him on the shoulder. Oh my God, he screamed and swerved the car and went off the road. He almost hit a bus.
Woo.
And, I'm sitting there going, what happened? What's wrong? He said, oh my gosh. He says, look, don't ever do that again. You scared the daylights out of me. When I was wondering, I said, I didn't realize that tapping you on your shoulder would do that. And he goes, well, sorry, it's my first day on the job. Up until now, I spent 25 years driving a hearse.
Oh. No wonder.
Yeah.
Almost Charlie.
Surprise.
Well, I scraped up enough money to visit a psychic. And
Wow.
so I went and I knocked on her front door and she yelled, "Who is it?" So I left.
Of course. Of course. That was the
That's
dumbest
a
thing
good
in the world.
point.
Well, last year, it was one of the last movies that was made before the COVID thing hit, and I had a bit part in the movie.
Ooh, congratulations. Yeah.
Well, it came out in the theaters, and the movie was so bad.
How bad was it?
It was so bad that when the lion came up on the screen, instead of roaring, he threw up. That's what he did. Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh, I've been talking about Chuck Norris a lot now, and I found out some more things that you may not know about Chuck Norris. Like, for instance, he went skydiving one time and his parachute failed to open.
Oh,
So he took it back the next day for a refund.
oh, no, that's tough.
That is tough. Before going to bed, the boogeyman always checks his closet for Chuck Norris. And did you know Chuck Norris died 20 years ago?
No.
Death just hasn't built up the courage to tell him yet.
Oh, gosh. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with
While
Chuck.
learning CPR, Chuck Norris actually brought the practice dummy to life.
Whoa,
He's a tough guy, I'll tell you.
that's good. Woo. Almost Charlie.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the other day I was just walking down the street, which I do a lot of.
Yeah.
And I heard a young boy asking his dad, he said, "Dad, who did I get my intelligence from?" And the dad replied, "It must be from your mother, son, because I still have mine."
Da, 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 da. Well, for my son's birthday, I
Yeah.
bought him a BB gun. Okay.
Oh, really?
Now, my birthday was 2 days later, and he bought me a T-shirt with a bullseye on the front. What the hell do you think is going on there?
Ooh, I don't know.
Dr. Fatpacker, last one.
Oh, well, then this is you're gonna love this one. I was in the barber shop, and I go once a month. So the first month I was there, this guy stuck his head in and he says, "How long before I can get a haircut?" And the barber looked around, he says, "About 2 hours." And the guy left. He never came back. The next month when I was in there, the same guy looks in, he says, "Oh, how long and before I can get a haircut?" And he says, "Oh, about 3 hours." And then he leaves. He never came back again. So the last time he looked around and the barber said, "Hey, Dr. Fatpacker, do me a favor, because it's not your turn yet anyways, but could you follow this guy and find out what's going on? Because he never comes back for a haircut." So I followed him. I came back about a half an hour later, and the barber says to me, "So where does he go when he leaves?" He goes, "Your house."
Oh, 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 oh. Almost Charlie, last one.
Quickie.
Okay, I'll take one to go. Oh, I'm
If
sorry.
it was a question for you guys, if two meth heads, METH, if two meth heads
Yes.
start a relationship, is that considered speed dating or just messing around?
Oh, just
That's
messing
around. I
around.
like it. I don't like it a lot, but I like it.
Well, here's my last one. I have a beautiful young neighbor. Woo, woo, she's pretty, pretty. Well, one night I'm home watching TV. She texted me. She says, "Come on over. Nobody's home." So I went over there and nobody was home.
Oh,
You can't call her a liar.
Anyway, we're done. But before we leave, we have this special feature in that we invite a very, very famous person to be on our next video. And for this next video, for next time, we're going to invite Cloris Leachman, the famous
I used to love
actress.
her.
And
I
so,
loved
Cloris,
her
we
on
want
the
to.
Mary Tyler Moore show.
She
Wait
what?
a minute.
What?
I think she just passed away. It was just in January.
Cloris is dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can't invite Cloris Leachman.
Oh, we have to do reruns.
How about the sales manager for Clorox? Would that work?
Oh, there you go.
We'll invite them. So you check in funnyoldguys@gmail.com. And if you don't check in within 24 hours, you're going in the trash bin. So this is the Comedy Thief saying goodbye, passing it along to Dr. Fatpacker for his farewell.
Well, off to you saying, everybody. Oh, before I forget, don't forget when you watch this on the YouTube station thing, subscribe. Although in Germany, we go subscribe.
Almost Charlie, say goodbye to our lovely crowds.
hey, goodbye to our lovely crowds.
So that's it. Everybody wave goodbye. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you next time out.